It's the conference we thought was going to be a big cluster. The conference of parity. Going into the season, you had Baylor, Iowa State, Arizona State, BYU, Utah. I'm probably forgetting other ones off the top of my mind. But through 2 weeks, I don't think it's going to be the conference of parity. I don't know if I said Iowa State. I should have said Iowa State. My gut's thinking that this is not going to be the cluster that we all thought. The betting sites had every team in this conference between 5.5 and 8.5 wins heading into 2025. That's unheard of. To have your conference champ have the betting line only be 8.5, obviously that means one of those teams has to go over. That's bizarre. There's not another conference in college football that has that. But the reason I say that is like, just look at the landscape of the Big 12 through 2 weeks. ASU, who, if you followed my content, I didn't call that exact upset. I know Herb Street did, but I've told you guys for the past 3 months, Arizona State made me nervous. Last year was the perfect storm for them. Kenny Dillingham is still a great coach. It's hard to replicate that. I thought we were getting ahead of ourselves on Sam Levitt a little bit, and I wanted to wait and see how he played without having an NFL workhorse right next to him, which I saw Scadaboo's first catch or first NFL touch today. Dude looks little in the NFL, but he can pack a punch and broke 2 tackles. But anyways, Mississippi State upsets Arizona State. I think Arizona State's going to be big picture fine, but they're getting back down to the level that I thought they would be. I didn't think they would be the powerhouse in the Big 12, but they still have an NFL quarterback. They got a coach that I like. They got playmakers out wide. ASU could very much still make noise in the Big 12. And shout out my old former teammate, Jordan Simone, Arizona State legend. I like the tweet that he had last night of, hey, maybe this is one of the best things possible for ASU because it grounds them from all the hype that they had this whole offseason before they get in to conference play. Iowa State's resume is looking good. Beat Kansas State. You beat Iowa. Iowa's the next segment. Their offense is fascinating to me. I'm going to break that down through 2 weeks. But Iowa State's probably for most people the leader in the clubhouse. Baylor, oh baby, I was up in the booth calling the Clemson game. We had up in the booth calling the Clemson game. We did the open. I looked down. I'm like, dang, Baylor's down 2 touchdowns. That was a betting line that I liked. For those of you guys that watch my Friday Night lives, which I'll keep trying to do throughout the season for my 15 best bets for the week, I like that Baylor line. I thought they would respond. But anyways, they were down 14 with 6 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. And I was like, dang, they're done. I look back down, tie ball game, double OT. Baylor finds a way to get it done. 48-45 in double OT. Sawyer Robertson, 50 attempts in that game, 34 completions, 440 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Big thing on that stat sheet, no picks. Kevin Jennings, 1 pick. Kevin Jennings, fan favorite of the program. We have a little Kevin Jennings little niche on the YouTube channel. I love Kevin Jennings. That's a joke for anyone new here. 16 for 22, 295 yards and 3 touchdowns. A lot of people had Baylor as their sleeper team of the year. I don't think they've been living up to that hype. The defense has been cause for concern through 2 weeks. Offense, they can still make some noise. Baylor, still very much a factor. Texas Tech, they haven't been tested yet. On paper, they're the team that was ready to pop in 2025, given all the commitment that they've made to NIL. Haven't been tested, but they'll certainly be in the discussion. I haven't watched any of the All-22 from any of their games. So far, taking care of business, but we'll see. BYU, another team that's starting a true freshman quarterback, like Michigan. I watched their game, the All-22 of their first game against, who'd they play? Sacramento State? Portland State. Sacramento State? Portland State. One of them. That's another offense that is very much insulating their young quarterback. They do a lot of different creative things in the run game, but they do not want the game to be on the shoulders of their young quarterback, Bear Bachmeier. I think he only had 14 attempts week 1. They got after Stanford's ass yesterday. Stanford, man, that's a take for a different day, but who baby, that's not looking good. But BYU, they're always going to have an advantage in the NIL era, given that they have the stickiness of their talent staying on their roster because of the religious aspect, and then also the maturity aspect is another advantage for BYU. That's low-key a big deal. When you talk about, all these other teams that it takes a month for them to get used to themselves and figure out who they have on their team. That's not necessarily the case for BYU, even though I know they have a young quarterback. BYU's interesting. The whole state is interesting. And if I was a betting man right now, I would say the state of Utah will decide the Big 12. Because to me, right now, through 2 weeks, the Utah Utes are the best team in the Big 12. We said that last year. I said that last year, along with everyone. Utah was another fan favorite for a sleeper team, maybe not nationally, but certainly in the Big 12 in terms of offseason storylines. And hey, John Mateer lived up to his. Utah and Devin Dampier have lived up to theirs. And the one thing that sticks out, I'll get into Devin Dampier, but Utah's offensive line, that left and right tackle, they're different now. They're different, especially in the Big 12 where front seven elite talent is hard to come by. Utah's left and right tackle, they can win you ball games. That Utah offensive line can win you ball games. Devin Dampier, the transfer from New Mexico State, I always forget. He looks sharp now versus UCLA. They let UCLA have it week 1, and I saw they got after whoever they played yesterday. Different kind of offense for Utah. You know, it's not the different personnels, motions and shifts, tons of tight ends, more of a complex passing game. It's a very basic passing game, but the reason is they want to live in space. They want to create space for their dual threat quarterback to do what he does with his arms and his legs. And then when you have space, it allows that offensive line to take over because those outside linebackers for the opposing defense, they get put in some really, really tough spots. My one concern with Utah is their passing game, very basic, like I just said. When they play a team that shows up to the park and matches their physicality, how does that passing game evolve? Can Devin Dampier win a game on the back of his right arm? When everything's working out running-wise and he's doing his thing there, we're good to go there. But the right arm of Devin Dampier might decide the entire fate of the Big 12.